Hey guys, the Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Xemnu. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we're taking a look at the Build-A-Figure Xemnu. He is, of course, the Build-A-Figure for the Marvel Legends Supervillains wave, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, which has apparently hit clearance at Target. At least my Target. They had the Dr. Doom on sale for like $16 or something. Weird, because this wave barely hit, especially at Target, so I don't know what's going on with all that, but here we are. We have finished the Xemnu Build-A-Figure. We have already taken a look at Lady Deathstrike, Arcade, Red Skull, Dormammu, the Hood, and Scientist Supreme. Dr. Doom does not come with the BAF part, but I would like to check that figure out eventually. Whether or not it will be before the overview of this wave, I don't know. But I have to say, it's been a hot minute since I looked at a Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. The last one I remember completing is Stiltman, who is a freaking joke as far as I'm concerned. This is a BAF to me. So, here we are. And there he is. Let's take a look at him instead of just talking about him. He is on the Sasquatch base body, who I do have for comparison later, so we will be taking a look-see at that. But does anyone else think this guy looks like the Snow Ghost from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is anyone else pissed that we do not have an official Snow Ghost action figure for Scooby-Doo line? I'm just saying, that's some bullshit. But we also don't have Space Kook or the Phantom Shadows either. I'm not going to go on another rant. We've been doing that a lot on this channel lately. Gonna avoid it this time. Yes. But, he is a chunky monkey. Is he a monkey? I don't know if he's what he is. He's got no face. But this guy, to my understanding, is a Hulk villain, which I don't actually have a lot of Hulk villains. I have the Leader. I have a Classic Abomination. I actually have a couple. I have the Toy Biz one and the BAF from Is it 2015? Or is it 2016? Whatever year Civil War came out, that's the that's the Build-A-Figure I have. I would like him to make that bigger, actually. They could keep the sculpt the same, it just needs to be bigger. I have Mecha Hulk, which is an old Toy Biz figure, and the Absorbing Man BAF, which was BAF in a Spider-Man wave. So I know I have a ton of Hulk villains. Be nice to get some more Hulk anythings in Marvel Legends. We do not get them enough. The last Hulk-related thing we got that wasn't Hulk himself was She-Hulk. She-Hulk and Red Hulk. I know that Maestro Hulk is out, which I think is the Hulk this guy fights, but yeah, it'd be nice to get some more Hulk stuff. Let's get on that. But articulation on this guy, it's very limited because he is a chunky monkey, question mark. His head does simply rotate because of all the fur hanging in front of him. It does have a bit of a tilt, but not a lot. His shoulders go out to the side, back down. I already covered most of this in the figure reviews, but I'm going to break it down quick for you guys. They do rotate forward and back. I will say the arms are pretty tight on this guy, the forward and back. I will say I don't care for this. This was a thing on Venompool as well. The arms on the figures lately have had a lot of gapping. I can only assume it's so they can do that. I don't think the gap needs to be there to do that, because if we take this guy, for example, one of the best Hasbro Build-A-Figures of all time. Well, he's based off of BAF. Let's get him out of there. This is the Monster Venom. This is the fan channel exclusive Venom. He can get pretty solid range out of that shoulder, and he does not have the big old gnarly gap like Venom Pool or some of the other figures of late have had. The Scientist Supreme actually has a gap like that, so not crazy about that, but it is there. I don't think it's necessarily a problem because at the end of the day the armor will probably just come out and you just have to push it back in, but that's something to note. He's got a bicep swivel, he's got a single joint at the elbow, gives you almost 90. He's got a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. He's got 3 fingers there with some weird techno shit in his palm. Ab crunch works. It's just this belt's going to get in the way of that. There we go. You just got to push it. But I will say this guy does not have the loose ab crunch problem that the other figures utilizing this torso have, because this belt restricts so much of the movement. It's not exactly a problem, and I'm okay with that. He does have a waist swivel. It's nice and tight. Hips kick forward and back. Careful, you do not want to pull the hip right off the or the leg right off the hip joint there. But they can go out to the side as well. Feels like he goes out better than some Spider-Man figures do. That's kind of weird. He's got a thigh cut, double joint at the knee. On this side it's a little loose, but it's nothing to worry about really. And then he's got a hinge in the foot with a rocker. He's got 3 toes and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And I think he's got some shading throughout, but not a ton. Not a ton. So with that being said, that's really it. I like the kind of silver chrome dome thing going on with his head there. And I like the piercing red eyes as well. Very mysterious for a giant Yeti-looking guy, in all honesty. So, yeah, I dig this guy. I think he's cool. He's chunky. He's a better bath than Stilt, man. What more do you want? I'm trying to think. What was the other Build-A-Figure I was working on? Was it Mr. Hyde? Is that it? I'd probably like Mr. Hyde more because I'm a monster guy, but I'm not buying the rest of those Shang-Chi figures until they're like $5 or something, because I'm going to have to deal with getting rid of those because I don't want that shit. It's not because I have anything against Asians either. I love the Mandarin. I love Shang-Chi. Comic Shang-Chi. I love the hand ninjas. I know they don't have to be Asian, but you know what I mean. I'll play plenty of Asian characters. Mulan is one of my favorite Disney movies. The old one, not that new piece of crap from last year. I've got nothing against Asians, but when you make them boring, oh boy, they sit on the pegs forever. I thought I wasn't going to do a Shang-Chi rant in this video. Oh well. We're past that now, I guess. But with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here is the Xemnu Build-A-Figure next to the rest of the supervillains wave that come with Build-A-Figure parts at least. We have the Hood, Arcade, Lady Deathstrike, Red Skull, Dormammu, and the Scientist Supreme. If I had to give a quick ranking for this wave, it'd be Dormammu, Red Skull, Lady Deathstrike, Scientist Supreme. Probably the Hood, then Arcade, just because the Hood is a little bit more interesting, and Arcade's just a dude in a suit. The Build-A-Figure, if I had to put him in there, probably be number 4, my 4th favorite in this wave. Again, I don't have the Doctor Doom, so I can't give him a ranking, but I might like him more than the Xemnu. I don't know. Don't have that yet. We shall see. But, yeah, I think he scales nicely here. He's supposed to be a big dude, and, well, he is. Up next, here he is next to the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. This is, of course, the first time Hasbro utilized this large-scale fur sculpt body. And since then, I think they've improved upon it. The ab crunch isn't as loose, and neither are some of the other joints. This guy, Xemnu here, I think is the best example of this body. The Wendigo wasn't bad, though, although that did have some different parts, like the hands and feet. And the shoulder fur was actually different, whereas I believe on these two it's relatively the same. Don't quote me on that, though. And then here he is next to a Hulk figure. This is the most recent Hulk figure, larger sized Hulk figure that I have. This is the Target exclusive Red Hulk. I believe this guy fights Maestro, but I do not have that figure yet. I would like to get it someday, though. Looks kind of cool. And just for shits and giggles, here he is next to Scooby-Doo and Shaggy from the Scoob movie line, which came out, I think, last year, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, kind of sucks we don't have a legit Snow Ghost figure to go with these guys, but if you're determined enough, I think you could turn this guy into a super gnarly, jacked version of the Snow Ghost from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And put him with these two. I mean, granted, he looks absolutely freaking massive next to these two, but I think that's kind of cool, actually. And last, but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Mandibulus, and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and I may just be crazy, I really like this guy. I don't know what it is about this big Yeti-looking Hulk villain, but he's kind of cool. Maybe it's because he kind of reminds me of the Snow Ghost from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Maybe that's got something to do with it, but I always liked the Sasquatch figure, and I like the Wendigo even more. I may like this guy more than those. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But I have to say, my Hulk villains are very few and far between, in all honesty. I ain't proud of that, but let's just say I missed out on most of them because that was a Toy Biz thing, not so much a Hasbro thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some more Hulk characters in the future. I would love to see a new comic Abomination, one that's a little bit taller to go in scale with the new Hulk figures we've been getting, but I digress. But yeah, I'd say if you're at all interested in expanding Hulk's Rogues Gallery, or just getting a really cool Yeti-looking guy, by all means build this dude. He's really cool. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Stay tuned, we got an overview of this wave coming eventually. I would like to get the Doctor Doom from this wave before I do that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just skip him altogether. I would like to pick him up, though. He looks kind of cool. But if you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions for all kinds of toy and action figure related posts and whatnots. And don't forget to leave a comment. Comment section below. Let me know what you think of this guy, if you like it or hate it. But remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. Especially when we don't have a legit Snow Ghost figure for our Scooby-Doo line. Like, really? We've gotten Scooby and Shaggy 50 times, but no Snow Ghost? Or Space Kook? Or Phantom Shadows? I'm gonna go on a tangent. Until next time, catch you guys later.